What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. We are flying solo. Currently, Tim may be joining us shortly, but until then, we're going to dive into some chalk talk and some other topics going on around the Green Bay Packers, and obviously it being Bears week. But before we get into all that, as everyone follows into the chat here, good to see everyone hopping through. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to the good folks over at Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. Wisconsin-based since '92, specializing in Packers tickets. They're Wisconsin's largest ticket source with offices next to Lambeau and in Milwaukee. Click on the link in the video description that'll send you to theticketking.com, where you can register for free as a customer and go ahead and start shopping for your Packers tickets. Again, that's Ticket King, the official ticket provider of Packer Fan Total Access Live. So I know the chat is filing in. Good to see AFAM in here. We got Chris in the house, United Bates, Carl K. Good to see you, pal. HTE, we'll just leave it at that. What's up, man? And Daryl in here as well on YouTube. I know we got people filing in from Twitter as well. Hope everybody's having an awesome Tuesday evening here as we're going to do some chalk talk, the top defensive plays of the 2024 first half of the season for the Green Bay Packers. We got some really fun plays to break down in there. So I'm really excited about all that. But before we do, we had some news come down the pike earlier today with the firing or the stepping down, however you want to word it, of the offensive coordinator in Chicago with Shane Waldron. And I wanted to hit on it because I think it's important, right? It's a game that obviously is going to have a big effect on the Packers this week, being their opponent. Some people were worried, hey, does this become a trap game now? Newsflash, guys, this was already a trap game. Every game, every week in the NFL is a trap game. I'm sorry. I don't subscribe to that whole, no, that one's a slam dunk. Oh, this one could be. You'll hear me use the term trap game from time to time, but it applies to every single week in the league. I mean, it's I truly agree with what Chris N said in here. Packers should still respect a wounded dog they can bite. No matter which way you look at this, whether it's the new play caller, and I can't remember his name, it's not even important, him stepping in to call the plays, by doing that, he's trying to make a name for himself, right? Who knows? If Eberflus gets fired here real soon, he might be the interim head coach. And what did we see from Antonio Pierce in Las Vegas last year? I believe it was last year. He ended up getting the job, right? He was the interim coach. We seen Bisaccia be the interim coach. They decided to go a different route, and Bisaccia ends up getting a promotion in Green Bay as assistant head coach there and special teams coordinator. So these guys, and it trickles down to the players as well. The players are going to be playing for their next contract. They're going to be playing to prove, hey, we're right, they're wrong, right? They're wrong in the sense of it was Shane Waldron. But just to kind of walk through how this happened, and then we'll jump into chalk talk. I wanted to hit this. First of all, I think we touched on it yesterday. This came out from at QANTHERS posted this screen grab that said Chicago Bears 19 straight drives without a touchdown. So offense has been absolutely horrible here lately, right? And then this came down the pike from Barstool Gaming. Caleb Williams is probably regretting his draft night text message. You guys know he texted Torrey Taylor, the punter that was taken, I think, from Iowa, a fourth-round pick, if I remember correctly, that Chicago drafted. Texted him and said, hey, man, glad you're on the team, but you're not going to be punting much this year. This statistic blew my mind. Caleb Williams' total yards this year, that includes his rushing yards and his passing yards, 2,021 yards. Torrey Taylor has 2,153 punt yards this year. So the punter has got more yards than the starting quarterback does. That's just a wild statistic. So what you're seeing here, again, drive efficiency in the toilet, right? 19 straight drives without a touchdown. Then you got just overall total yardage from the quarterback, how he's produced. Absolute garbage, right? Let's move on to completion percentage. 33rd team tweeted out, Caleb Williams has the worst completion percentage on throws of 15 yards or more by any quarterback in any season over the last 15 years. He ranks 468th out of 468 over the last 15 years. Completion percentage of throws of 15 yards or more. Now, another thing I want to add, I heard this statistic on the Pat McAfee show earlier today, and I may be off a little bit, but it sounded like Caleb Williams leads the league in sacks, and people go, oh, that's because his offensive line sucks. The offensive line's bad, don't get me wrong. But this key statistic was when Caleb Williams holds the ball, any quarterback across the league holds the ball for 4 seconds or longer, he's got the most sacks of 4 seconds or longer in the entire league. They had AQ Shipley on the show, and he sounded like he was about to lose his mind. Guys, it's 2.5 seconds at the NFL level. 2.5 seconds, ball's got to come out. 3 if you're getting real, you're getting real comfortable back there. 3.5 is just absurd. 4 is unbelievable. And it's one thing to say, okay, you're holding on the ball for 4 seconds and you throw it away, or it's an incompletion or even an interception. But the fact that you're holding onto the ball for more than 4 seconds and taking a sack, costing your team pretty much that drive. Because let's be honest, more times than not, when a quarterback gets sacked and loses anywhere from 5 to 10 yards on that sack, the drive's dead. You try to make up on the next play, and then hopefully you can convert on third down, but it's pretty much a drive killer. So I wanted to throw that statistic out there. If I understood the exact statistic, that's what they said there. So just all the way around the board, drive efficiency, total yardage, completion percentage on passes that are more than 3 yards down the field, whatever it is, leading the league in sacks where you held the ball for 4 seconds or longer. It's just insane. So this trickles down through, obviously, the entire organization. ML Football tweeted out, breaking, veteran Bears players pushed for Caleb Williams to be benched before firing Shane Waldron, per ESPN. The players wanted former undrafted free agent Tyson Bagent to start instead of Williams. Now, you guys remember earlier in the year, DJ Moore saying that he should not have responded the way he did on a pass that was very, very inaccurate. He got up and was like shrugging his shoulders, like, what do y'all want me to do? Basically, the quarterback sucks is essentially what he was saying. Now you've got people within the locker room that think they should go to Tyson Bagent. Now, on the McAfee show, they were talking like, now maybe they're not approaching it like, hey, this guy stinks, get him off the field, but more from a stance of let's let him kind of sit on the bench and learn from Tyson Bagent. That makes me want to laugh a little bit that a quarterback is going to learn how to play pro quarterback from an undrafted free agent who's done absolutely nothing in the league other than be a backup quarterback. That's mind-boggling. At least like in Indianapolis, you've got Joe Flacco. Whether he's playing good right now or not, he can help teach Anthony Richardson on what it takes to be a starting quarterback. At one point, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league. He's a Super Bowl MVP, been in the league forever. Had success recently, albeit he's not having much success this year. You can kind of see how a player would benefit sitting behind somebody like that. But Tyson Bagent is like, this feels more along the lines of, hey, why don't we let Tyson give this a shot, see if he can give us some spark. And if that rumor is true, if that report is true, holy cow, could you imagine? Could you imagine exactly what's going on in that locker room if that is the case? That's a wild, wild thing there too. So, now, that trickles down. Let's talk about the move here, okay? Shane Waldron. So, Adam Schefter tweeted out, change in Chicago. Shane Waldron is out as the Bears offensive coordinator per sources. And this Sylvie, who obviously covers, I believe he covers the Bears for ESPN, at Waddle and Sylvie is a show, right? After talking to a few people with knowledge of the situation, players went to Matt Eberflus and Ryan Poles asking them to make a change at offensive coordinator. There have also been a few veteran players requesting Bagent starts. So now you've got 2 different sources within the building, or at least 2 different reports within the building, could have came from the same source, I don't know, that are saying not only did the players go and say, hey, get Shane Waldron down here, he stinks, but they also said, the same as the report before, hey, we need Tyson Bagent starting. So that's what's going on in Chicago. Again, you still can't overlook them, but it's just absolutely wild. And some people go, Clayton, it's been going on for a long time. It has. And when you go to make an OC change, the normal response is, hey, this might spark something, right? Because you have seen head coaches or interim coaches step in at head coach and then all of a sudden have some success. Our very own Pack Daddy, Ryan Schlip, actually tweeted this out. And I'll try to read it without boring you guys. But this is what he asked the AI he refers to as the robot, right? Hey, robot, tell me about Thomas Brown when he took over play calling last year for the Panthers. Because many people say you change OCs mid-season, typically you'll get an uptick in results. Evidently not the case, at least in this one instance here, the more recent instance. This is what the answer was. Offensive performance decline. Under Brown's play calling, the Panthers' offense experienced a downturn. The team averaged 13.6 points per game, a decrease from the 18.6 points per game under head coach Frank Reich's play calling. Additionally, passing yards per game dropped from 221.3 to 197.6, and rushing yards decreased from 98 to 75. Limited offensive production. In the 3 games with Brown as the play caller, the Panthers scored only 2 offensive touchdowns, highlighting challenges in generating scoring opportunities. Ineffective play calling. Critics pointed to predictable and conservative play calling, which may have contributed to the offensive struggles and inability to sustain drives. Cool. Thanks, robots, what Ryan said. So this whole notion, like it's a slam dunk that if you change play callers in the middle of the season, you get this uptick. It's not to say it's not possible, but obviously one of the more recent examples here was just absolutely horrible with the Carolina Panthers. Now, again, some people saying this has been going on for a long time, Clayton. It's not Caleb Williams' fault. It's not Shane Waldron's fault. It's not, Ryan Poles' fault. I agree to a certain extent, but I'll tell you whose fault I think it is, and we've talked about this pretty extensively on this show. This is the George McCaskey era. Shout out to @DirectHim on Twitter. This is during the George McCaskey era, okay, of owning the Bears. He's been the owner for 12 years. He's went through 3 general managers, 4 head coaches, 10, I'm going to repeat, 10 offensive coordinators, and they have 0 playoff wins. And again, this stems from, who did you get as your GM? You went and got Ryan Poles, right? Ryan Poles, to the best of my knowledge, has never played a down of football in the NFL. He's never coached football. He's never, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not a football guy. He's been around the game and scouting and this and that. I got you. But why not, if you're McCaskey, why are you not willing to go get a great, bright football mind to oversee football operations? I'm not talking about be general manager. I'm talking about oversee everything. That's the thing that's missing, in my opinion. And again, as long as you approach it from this direction, with just a extremely wealthy owner who's going to continue to, do what he wants to do, that type of thing, rather than bringing a football mind, you step back, let them handle it, you're going to continue to get the same results. That's just my opinion. So, again, I wanted to hit on that because that is news that affects not just the NFC North or the Packers in general, but also it affects the game this week, right? How are the Bears going to respond to that move at OC? Again, I think it's, as Prince said, Ryan has been hilarious on X poking the Bears fans. I've been poking the Lions fans too. It's fun, man. I ain't gonna lie. I've been, I put a couple of tweets out, and like I said today, I had no idea that the Detroit Lions fan base was so damn soft. They are so upset that I pointed out a penalty. It's hilarious. But anyway, Ryan's taking the Bears on. I'm taking the Lions on, and all's right in the world. So he has to. He's been going at the Bears pretty heavy here lately. So. There you go. Again, that's news that I feel like does affect the Green Bay Packers here this week. We'll keep an eye on it. Injury report tomorrow with practice. We'll give you all that information. We'll start diving into the matchup against the Bears. Maybe we'll hear whether or not there's going to be a change at quarterback. I personally don't think it'll happen just based off the information that I have right now, but we'll see as the week goes on. But enough of that. Let's get into Chalk Talk, man. This is something I've been looking forward to all week. You guys know I've been pretty vocal that I'm an offensive guy. I love talking offensive football. To me, it's what dictates everything about the game and the game flow and the play calls on defense. Depending on what personnel you march out there is going to determine what kind of defense they're going to match you with, things like that. So I'm more on the offensive side of the ball is what I'm most interested in. But these are the top defensive plays from the first half of the season. I think I've got 16 plays here. So I figured let's run through these and have some fun as we kind of break down. All right, here is the top defensive plays of the first half of the season. And I've got the info, the timestamp. The reason I did that with the timestamp, guys, is so y'all can go back and watch it yourself, right? You'll know, okay, Clayton said that play happened at this exact minute mark. I'm going to go on NFL Pro and check it out myself. So let's just jump right into it and make sure nothing's going on in the chat. We're good there. All right, let's roll with it. So first play came week 1 at Philadelphia. It's the first quarter, 10:57 left. This is an Xavier McKinney interception. You're going to hear that said all show long. All right. So here is the play call on defense. Keep in mind, I may be a little off on these. We're not in the meeting room. To the best of my knowledge, this is what the play calls were. Okay. Week 1, it's going to be a nickel 4-2-5, 97 touch spy, Tampa 2. And it's going to be Tampa 2 from the mock. Okay. And hopefully I didn't make too many mistakes here as we move forward. Let me show you what all that means, though, real quick. So when you're talking nickel 4-2-5, we highlight this all the time, right? It's basically your base nickel. You've got actually 4-2-5. I keep saying 2-4-5. 4-2-5. 1, 2, 3, 4 linemen. You got 2 linebackers, right? And then of course, you've got 5 in the secondary. That's nickel. 5 equaling nickel, right? So that is your defense here. Nickel 4-2-5. We're going to go 97 touch spy. Let me explain what that is. 97 is obviously Kenny Clark right here, right? What he's going to do is engage a double team, and he's going to make contact. And you're going to notice he doesn't try to get in here and get after the quarterback. He's going to make contact, get a little push, and he's got eyes on the quarterback, and he's looking for Jalen Hurts to scramble, okay? And again, you're going to hear 97 touch spy a lot on this show. Many people are looking at Kenny Clark, myself included. Hey, where's the production? I think my guesstimate was 9.5 sacks, 45 tackles, and a PFF grade of 77. He is not even sniffing that, right? But when you turn on the tape this year, what you do see all year long are a lot of these intentionally engaging in double teams, doing a little touch spy, or working laterally across the line to take away the next gap. Some of that's run stunning, and some of that is also spying the quarterback. Some of it's also marrying up your pass rush, clogging the throwing lanes with the coverage behind you, meaning you know where the soft spot in your coverage is. If you're running a Mabel, you know the soft spot's going to be on the strong side of the formation in the middle. So you want to make sure that you got one defender, and you don't have to do this every time. There's a lot of defenses that just pin their ears back and go. We did it a lot last year, and we were all pissed off about it because you had people like Tommy DeVito running all over the joint on you. The reason being is because you were getting so upfield with the pass rush. There was no backup plan to the quarterback scrambling. So what I'm noticing is even on 4-man rushes, you're really only pinning the ears back on 3, and one of them is engaging a double team. Mission accomplished. You force a one-on-one with anyone else who, if they do anything more than a 5-man protection, and then you're kind of watching the rushing lane or watching the throwing lane, depending on how you want to marry this up, okay? So, again, 97 touch spy, that's what that means. Kenny, being number 97, is going to engage with the offensive lineman, and he's just going to kind of lay back here and look for that running lane, okay? So I just wanted to point that out. That's what 97 touch spy is. Then Tampa 2, and it's going to be the mic. Let's identify the mic real quick. This is really, really important on identifying the mic. So, first of all, you got to locate the strong side of the formation, okay? If you were to look for the strong side of the formation, I think they might use a little motion. They do not, okay? I'm thinking this right here is the strong side of the formation, okay? Meaning that's probably your tight end. That's probably your running back. So if you're strong right, so it's not necessarily Trey because you don't have that target out here. Some might call it Trey. That's going to make Quay the mic, okay? That makes Isaiah McDuffie, I believe, is who is on the field. He is the wheel backer here. So with Tampa 2 Mike, that means that the Tampa 2 backer is going to get eyes on the 2 or a 3 that goes vertical down the seam, and it's going to become a match coverage. So he's covering deep center field, right? Safety, deep half, safety, deep half. So it's cover 2 with the Mike backer playing a match coverage on anyone from the 2 or the 3 that attacks the seam, okay? Everyone else is just zone underneath, right? Zone, 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 okay? And there may be some mixing and matching with a little lock. That could be a little lock with the press, that if he does something, it becomes a little match. But the main thing you want to key in on is that Tampa 2. And what's amazing with this, notice McKinney over here. He's covering his deep half, right? Now watch Quay. This number 2 is getting vert. Watch Quay match it down the seam. And Quay does an excellent job. That's what Quay does really well. He's got the stride length. He's got the speed, the athleticism, the height, all that. But what I really want you to key in on is Xavier McKinney's ability. These guys have the same responsibility, deep half, right? So with deep half, notice this guy stays at home, right? What's crazy is McKinney has the athleticism and the awareness, the FBI, to get to the middle of the field and still pick this ball off. That's absolutely phenomenal that he's able to do that. Again, his responsibility was deep half. And this is what McKinney does so well. He's willing to leave his assignment, and the reason being, he's in a position to cover deep half, right? This guy right here may come uncovered, but the reason you see McKinney already working to the middle of the field, he sees this ball getting cocked up and ready to be let go by Jalen Hurts. He's reading the quarterback, so he's just going to follow his eyes right to the seam. And that's exactly what you see right here. Great job, jumps the route. Great coverage by Quay as well. Makes it a really difficult play. Even if McKinney doesn't get over there, it probably falls incomplete. But McKinney is just an absolute ball hawk. There's no two ways about it. Tim, you just jump in here when you're ready, bub. I see you back there. There's my man. What's up, Tim? How you doing, pal?
What's up, Clay? Sorry I'm late, man.
Helping out a
friend. What are we at? What's the situation?
Dude, this is
are we in 2-minute drill? What's going on?
We made fun of the Bears for about 15 minutes, so we're good, dude.
I already missed the best part.
The Bears still suck.
It was a lot of fun, Tim. I ain't gonna lie, man. What just absolute shambles over there. Anyway, this is the first play we're breaking down. It's a Tampa 2. Again, look at Quay right here getting vert. I mean, stride for stride with the number 2. This is what I was telling the guys. This is what he does so good, right? But McKinney coming all the way across the field and having that deep half. Honestly, Quay might have picked that ball off. He gets that. Hey, looks like he got the head around, right?
Yep.
I mean, he's got pretty good position. He's not going to pick it off, but he's definitely getting his head around and walling that receiver off. So that's awesome.
Certainly played a vital role in that pick. I don't think X picks that off if Quay's not trailing in that Tampa 2.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It makes that throw so much more difficult. And honestly, I don't think Jalen Hurts actually seen that and picked it up. Now, I want to show you guys what I mean with this 97 touch spy. Watch Kenny here, okay? You're going to see him engage, and he's not really going after the quarterback. Look at him. See him kind of right here? That guys, I guarantee you he got a negative grade on PFF, and the dude didn't even try to rush the quarterback. You can see him drifting back there.
He did occupy 2 blockers, though.
Exactly. So you gain the hat count, or at least put it a hat on a hat because you occupy that double team, and then you actually drop back and protect one of the rushing lanes. Yep. So there you go. I rock in the chat. Tim came in with his piss hot, no doubt about it.
You already know, like Tupac Slur, baby.
Holmes says hot piss is required. And then United Bates says Tim got his ears lowered. Looking good, Tim.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, next play. We're going to skip ahead to week 2 versus Indianapolis. Love this play right here. It's a Devontae Wyatt sack. Real simple. This came in the third quarter, 13:52 left. Like I said, week 2 against Indianapolis. And the play call, to the best of my knowledge, was nickel 4-2-5, overload right, double TE, cover 3, free buzz. Okay, some people call this cover 3 buzz. I like to say cover 3, free buzz to identify which one of these safeties is actually going to be playing buzz. All right, now let me take a quick second. It's going to be important to hit this. When we talk buzz, sky, and cloud, this is what we're talking about. Okay, cover 3. You got 3 different types of coverages. Now, there's a multitude of coverages throughout cover 3, but this is really in relation to how the safety, the corner, and the linebacker fill these zone coverages in unison, okay? So with sky, what you've got is the safety will come down and cover what we call the curl flat, while the linebacker covers that middle hook curl, and the cornerback drops back in a deep third. When you say buzz, the safety will actually come down and play the hook curl in the middle. The linebacker will shoot over to the curl flat outside. The cornerback still covers a deep third. When you say cloud, the cloud is the safety is going to cover the deep third. The corner will cover the curl flat underneath, almost like a cover 2 defense or a hard flat. And then the linebacker will stay with the hook curl. So again, when we say buzz, that's what we're talking about. The safety is buzzing down to the hook curl. Now, when you get back to this specific play, when we say cover 3, free buzz, let's find the free safety. First of all, where's the strong side of the formation? This is your strong side of the formation, which means this safety is going to be your strong safety, which means this safety is going to be your free safety. So the answer to the question is this is your free safety. So the way this play is going to go, as it's a buzz play, is deep third, right? Flat curl, okay? You're going to have deep third, flat curl, middle hook or hook curl, and then that free safety is going to come down and play hook curl. So essentially what you've got as far as what's covered here, that zone's covered, deep third, deep third, deep third, underneath, right here, and then the curl flat. That makes sense, Tim? You got 4 underneath, 3 up top, and you got that late rotation with the free safety coming down. That makes sense?
Yep.
That's what you call cover 3 buzz. That is a staple in the Pete Carroll cover 3 defense, and that's essentially what this defense has evolved from. So it's that go-to, show a 2 high shell, and then get down with the free safety or the strong safety and do what we say buzz, right? So that's the difference between cloud, buzz, and what was the other one? Sky. All right, just wanted to point that out real quick. Now, let's get back to what's going on at the line of scrimmage. Double TE. So what Jeff Hafley dials up here, first of all, your overload, 3 defensive linemen on that side of the field, 1 on this side of the field, okay? So you're going overload right, which is from the defense's perspective, not the offense's, and you're going to go double TE. TE is real simple. The tackle engages first and takes a double team with him, so the edge can loop into the middle. Over here, same thing, engage, right? Or even probably press outside and then let LVN engage right here. So that is the double TE aspect of this play as well. So again, nickel 4-2-5, overload right, double TE, cover 3, free buzz with the safety, the free safety buzzing down on the rotation. Now, this is going to be a Devontae Wyatt sack. Let's just key in on him. We'll let the play roll, then we'll go to the end zone cam and watch him absolutely dog walk this guy. But again, what you're getting there, man, is great because you see how he came first and now LVN slides in off his hip pocket. Same thing's going on the other side. And Devontae Wyatt almost got a strip sack right there. Just a phenomenal play. Let's watch it from the end zone cam. And again, this is what Devontae Wyatt does really, really, really well, right? So you can see him here. He's actually lined up in what we would call probably a 4-tech. He's just head up on the tackle. And what you're going to see him do, once again, is he's going to engage, work outside, while LVN comes inside. And the same thing here, right? Working there so he can loop around and come inside. This is a double TE stunt. Watch our boy Wyatt just work this guy. So you see him try to cross the face, create confusion. The tackle's already beat.
Yep.
Little rip move. See the rip, Tim?
Here's the guy.
Yep. And then the sack. So Devontae Wyatt, again, that's what he does well, man. If he could play the run, I think he'd be a Pro Bowl caliber player. Maybe he can get that together. I hope he does. So
I agree. If that's a part of his game, he's going to be, all pro for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind. And again, to me, it feels like he's more comfortable this year. And now you've got a half of a season in this new scheme. Let's see what he does in the second half. It's going to be absolutely huge. All right, let's go now to week 2, same week here versus Indianapolis. First quarter, 2:36 left. This is the Xavier McKinney interception. You're going to get a lot of these throughout the day, I promise you. So what we got is nickel 4-2-5, TE left, Mike will fire, cover 1 man. All right, so cover 1 man is real simple, just deep, single high, playing zone out here, okay? And the TE left, you go to the left side, it's going to be tackle engage first, Rashawn Gary working off of it on the TE stunt, and then Mike will fire. Let's identify the Mike. You got to find the tight end first. Here's your tight end, so it's strong left. That makes him the Mike, that the will, all right? So when we say Mike will fire, that means the Mike is going first, okay? And then the will is coming second. All right. That's the reason we mentioned it in that order. Again, single high. Everyone else is man coverage across the board here. Okay. Everyone is man coverage across the board. Now you've got a running back in here that makes you think, okay, what if he goes out for a route? You got another hat over here. Obviously, it may be something of a green dog blitz, or it might just be, hey, look, guys, be on alert. The running back is going to be left uncovered on this play, but it is definitely cover 1 man. Again, let's watch the linebackers in the middle. And this is the Xavier McKinney interception, pressure pick, coverage sack. There's the mock fire, the wheel coming off of it. I'm pretty sure the wheel was a green dog blitz here, Tim. Notice how he hesitates to see what the running back does.
Yep.
And
that's McDuffie, right?
it's either McDuffie or Edgerrin Cooper. It looks like Duffy from here. We'll see here in a second.
Yep.
What a green dog blitz is you've got man coverage on the running back. If the running back stays in, go after him. Don't just stand there and eat up space, right?
Yep.
Go after him, and you see pressure, Quay getting in his face, and Xavier McKinney's all over this pass. He knows it's going to be overthrown. We've seen that on the tape the week before, if you'll remember. We noticed all over the tape that Anthony Richardson throwing deep into the left was really, really inaccurate. He'd thrown an interception the week before doing that. So
yep. It's a great play call in that situation too. You're giving that running back 2 guys to block, and he's blocking neither of them.
Yep. And again, there's McDuffie. So it was McDuffie. And you see he's got eyes on the running back. You can tell where he's locked in right now is right here. What's this guy doing? Is he going to come out and run a cut route? Is he going to run a stab? If he stays in, let Quay get in there. If he stays in the block, then you just blitz right off of Quay's hip here. And you see Quay coming through. Nice little swim move. And obviously getting the pressure. Like that's – you don't teach your quarterback to throw from that platform, do you, Tim?
No, not that one.
That is called pressure pick. And by the way, you got to give credit where credit's due. Stokes out here running stride for stride with this guy. He knows you've got to play underneath outside technique because you got single high safety over the top. Ball's thrown, and just a horrible, horrible pass. Xavier McKinney there to pick it off. So, X all over this highlight reel, obviously, man. With what did he finish with? 6 interceptions, I think, in the first half of the season, Tim?
I believe so. 5 or 6, yep.
All right, so there you see your first cover 1 pick, cover 1 man, I should say. Now, let's stay week 2. Another highlight here in the Indy game. This is 4th quarter, 10:23 left, and this is the Eric Wilson interception. All right, 10:23 left in the game. It's a huge play in this ball game. We're in a 4-3 over, cover 6 hybrid. I say hybrid because I think there's some match principles with this. Someone could have blew a coverage and matched. It could have actually been called a hybrid call, kind of like a cover 3 lock where one guy's playing man coverage, everybody else is playing cover 3. It could be something similar to that. We're not going to get too lost in the weeds because the most important aspect right here is our boy Eric Wilson. All right, so 4-3 over. What does over mean? You find the tight end side or the strong side of the formation, which is here, and you're going to be shaded to that side, which means weak side 1 tech, strong side 3 tech. That makes it a 4-3 over. And again, watch Eric Wilson here as he's going to pick this pass off that's designed to go to the slot receiver. Cover 6 is real simple, and I didn't specify which side. I'll be able to tell you in just a second. And I can already tell by the way that these guys are dropping. Yeah. So what you've got here is cover 6 is half cover 2, half cover 4. This side's cover 2. This side is cover 4. And I think there's some match hybrid principles with this right here. But again, Eric Wilson just does an excellent job. He's got his eyes on his work, but he's also keeping an eye on the quarterback. As you can see, drops back, reads it. Let's just go ahead and pick that ball off. Great hands by Eric Wilson.
Yeah, like you said, it's all FBI right there. You know what I mean? Like that's FBI and moving your feet, and then your hands do the rest. But it says a lot about a linebacker, man. When you can keep, like you said, keep your eyes on your work, but yeah, you got eyes on the quarterback. That quarterback's going to tell you what he's doing, whether it's with the stripe on the helmet or planting the foot, loading up for a throw. I mean, he was all over this from the snap to the end of the play.
The thing that gets me too, Tim, is the hands. Watch his hands.
Yep.
That's a great interception, man. Great interception. And look at his teammates, how fired up they are for him, man.
Yep.
You love to see that.
You're right, because I mean that receiver was playing defense right away, and that receiver was draped all over him when he caught that ball.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, let's move it along. Next play, week 3 versus Tennessee. 2nd quarter, 6:57 left. This is Lucas Van Ness with the sack. This one's a lot of fun. If I remember correctly, Gary forces, he beats his guy off the left side, forces Will Levis to step up, and just the high motor of LVM will come all the way around and clean his freaking clock. Now, you are running a nickel 4-2-5 TT stunt here with Tampa 2 Mike behind it. So with the TT, one tackle crosses, the other tackle crosses. Some people just call it a twist. I like to refer to it as a TT because it gives a little more information on who's doing the twist. Not the dance that AFAM does so well. We're talking about a twist in the middle. But what you're going to see is Gary beat his guys like a drum. This is the perfect example here, Tim, where you can tell they're pinning their ears back and getting after the quarterback. This isn't one of those touch spies. Hey, let's protect the lane here. Probably because you had a good lead, you can do that. But again, what's going to happen is Gary's going to get pressure Will Levis is going to roll out to his right, and LVN just going to keep that motor going and come around and clean his freaking clock. I love this high motor play from LVN. You could see the athleticism to be able to run all the way across this formation and run Will Levis down. He beats his guy like a drum, right? We always talk about all the LVN has as a pass or as a bull rush, Tim. Watch this move right here. Let's see what he does, because it kind of looked like a swat. Yeah, see the swat and the rip. See it?
Yep.
Nice move.
It's harder to bull rush when you're in that wide 9. You know what I mean? Like you're not so attached. You're not as close. So you really got to get creative out there, way out on the edge like that.
Yeah. And this is when you pin your ears back with Rashawn Gary and LVN. This is what you get. That you could tell in the middle with that TT stunt, they're designed to kind of cover the outside rush lanes if they do try to evade. But Gary's going to flush him, right? All right. He thinks he's got it. Look at LVN motor. Bang.
Nowhere to go.
Such a hard hit, too. Did you see Gary on the field or on the ground?
Yes, sir.
Look at Gary celebrating for his boy LVN.
I love it.
Yeah.
That was a team sack right there.
Oh, absolutely.
That was everybody doing what they do. And like if you go back a few frames, you see, it kind of looks like we're losing the hat count there on the left side, but I think it's by design, because what you see is they've got 3 linemen. You're going to see 3 linemen blocking 2 guys.
Exactly.
And that's, you got one-on-one, you got LVN one-on-one, you got Rashawn one-on-one, and here's the result you're going to get when you have that type of matchup. I'm sure looking at the film, the Titans really would have liked to have chipped Gary or LVN on this, but Karl Brooks and Devontae Wyatt were giving those guys all they could handle on the interior, and that was everything on this play.
The other thing too is like Will Levis is trying to get this ball on this mesh play, but look who's right in the throwing lane.
Yep.
Again, the only reason he's in the throwing lane is because they did the TT stunt. He slides over. So he's also, look at Quay reading him like a book here too on this underneath.
Yep.
So pressure pick, coverage sack, right? Coverage sack.
Absolutely. You could tell Levis wanted to throw it there too.
Oh yeah.
He pulled it back last second, or that would have been a strip sack for sure.
Yeah. And again, watch how hard LVN comes down on him, dude. He feels this. God. Okay, I love how he just planked. Just love to see it. My old Kentucky quarterback. God love him. He's having a rough year. So let's stay in week 3. Now let's go to the third quarter. 35 seconds left. We're going to get us another sack, and this time it's going to be a strip. And our boy LVN is going to make another play on this play right here. He's going to actually recover the fumble, but Enigbare with the strip sack. The play call is nickel 4-2-5, 94 touch, cover 3, strong sky. All right. And let's talk about what that means. All right. Let's see. 94 touch. First of all, if we can find him, I think this is Karl Brooks. So what he's going to do is, again, occupy the double team out of that one tech and just kind of lay back here. He's not going to try to rush the quarterback. He's going to be looking for the rushing lane. Okay. And then you got cover 3, strong sky. Let's identify where the strong side of the formation is. There is your tight end. That would make this safety the strong safety. All right. So with Sky, he's actually the safety is going to cover the curl flat. So as where Buzz would be down here, right? The Sky play is going to be, he's going to cover the curl flat while this corner covers deep third, right? Deep third. And then everyone else is going to kind of play probably curl flat, hook curl would be my guess, right? And again, 94 touch spy, you're getting an extra spy on the quarterback and that strong Sky look. Let's watch Enigbare work this tackle. He's going to beat him like a damn drum right here, man. We'll go 50% too. Look at that. Just, I mean, oh, dude.
He baited him to the outside. See that angle? And then he just, see ya.
Right there. He's beat. Look at that outside leg.
Yep.
One straight, the other's out horizontal, and he's going inside. If we're even, I'm leaving. Look at that. Little swim. Look at him. Put him on all fours, bro.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable. So here comes a strip sack. Clothesline. Ball is out. Now watch LVN. Let me go ahead and get a splash. Get a little frog splash on the quarterback here. Bang. And then he's going to recover the fumble.
Karl Brooks occupying 2 blockers on that play too. Again, we see it.
That's that touch spy. I'm telling you, man.
Yep.
You force one-on-one matchups with your other three rushers, and you're taking away the rushing lane and even being able to get your hands up in the passing lane if they throw to your side, or you deter them from throwing through that lane like we've seen on the play previously. See him?
Yep.
He's not trying to go after the quarterback. See him? And I guarantee you, and look how happy he is too. I guarantee you PFF looks at that and they say,
he's not getting pressure.
Yeah, they're looking at him and go, well, he didn't do a damn thing. -2. And watch him. Anybody with two brain cells to rub together can tell what he's doing right.
Yeah, take a look at 71 there. If you back it up, if Carl Brooks isn't doing what he's supposed to do here is at 75, so 75 is going to come off and he's going to chip Kingsley and Egbari on this play, unless Carl Brooks is doing his job, and he did.
Yep, absolutely.
You see 75 turn. Look, he's looking. He turns just in time to see the sack.
He said, "Mama, who that man? Who that there?" And again, I love the frog splash right here. Watch this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he threw an elbow to it.
I love it.
Ian's got a little violence to him, man. You could tell. Watch him. Bang.
Oh yeah. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. That's ball's loose, right?
Absolutely. And that quarterback is
going through you.
Quarterback's fair game when he's crawling on the ground trying to recover a fumble. So It is what it is. Right? I don't think there's a rule in the book says you can't do that. All right.
You saw Devontae Wyatt do that a few weeks back, right? Shoving a guy clean out of the play just to fall on that loose ball. Love it.
Next play, same game. Week 3 against Tennessee, first quarter, 58 seconds left. This is the Jair Alexander pick 6 running right towards us, our seats. We were actually sitting up here in this corner. So we got to see him sprint across the back of the end zone and come in our direction and celebrate with the team. It was absolutely awesome. But what we have here is a 4-3 over 97 touch. Once again, little touch spy from Kenny Clark. Cover 3, free buzz. All right, so 97 in it's hard to tell which one Kenny is. I imagine it's probably the one tech going to engage with this double team. And again, lay back, make sure that he doesn't take off and scramble, try to occupy a throwing lane as well. You get that double team on you. You free up one-on-one matchups out of an empty backfield back here for your other pass rushers, right? And we're in a cover 3 free buzz, or cover 3 buzz. A free safety is the one that's going to buzz. Remember what buzz is, guys. Let's identify the free safety first. There's your tight end. That's strong safety. This is your free safety. So with buzz, he's just going to buzz down, cover this hook curl, deep third, deep third, deep third, and then it's going to be curl flat and hook. You got 4 defenders underneath in an underneath zone and 3 over the top. And the idea is win with your pass rush. You know you can't get a one-on-one matchup for everybody. Rather than let the offensive lineman determine who they want to block, let's force their hand, occupy a double team, take away the throwing lane, and get pressure on the quarterback, right?
I remember this play. And of course, Jair is not remotely thinking about covering deep third.
He's not. What Ja's doing here, and if he gets cooked, you're hearing me bitch about this.
Yeah.
But he doesn't get cooked. He keeps eyes on the quarterback. He is supposed to immediately drop back, right? You cannot let DeAndre Hopkins get over top of him. But we all know Jair Alexander is way faster than DeAndre Hopkins, and he knows that. So he probably thinks, I can rebound if he beats me off the line. But he's just going to keep eyes here and watch, probably with that fisheye technique, watch the receiver, through the receiver to the QB. Watch him read this like a book right here, man. And you'll notice up top, the corner bails, but watch Ja, a little back bail. Watch him just sit right here. Look at him. He's going, oh, my God, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Here we go. Let it rip. Tater chip. We're off to the races.
Took it down the sideline, turned over with my guys, gave the football to a little kid wearing 23.
I love it. Absolutely love it. And again, he comes right over the back of the end zone where we were at. It was awesome, man. So cool.
That's fire. You're absolutely right, though, Clayton. That's when you're like, hey, you played a little rogue. You went rogue, but that's what veteran players do, right? He sniffed that one out. Rookie quarterback trying to make a play. He knew what was happening. That's a good example of freelancing working out. But you're absolutely right, man. If he gets roasted on this, we're having a whole different conversation.
Yeah, no doubt, man. It's just so cool to see Ja get a pick 6, though.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That was his first of his career, right? Am I thinking right?
I think so. For sure in the regular season. I don't know about playoffs, but I believe it was his
That's
first.
a good point.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. All right, up next, let's stay in Tennessee, shall we?
Oh, God.
Still,
Are you laughing at the same thing I'm laughing at?
Yeah, the comment. Let's just throw it up here and get it over with, right? Eric Sutherland says Trump got elected. Emilio's in hiding. There you go. So, Emilio is fine. Okay, he is in government custody. I'm just joking. Emilio is he's spending time with family. He's got not family, but he's got people visiting right now. Ironically, who was that visiting? Tim, was that the officials?
You leave me out of this. I'm not getting caught up in this.
No, he's he said he'd be back. I think tomorrow he's going to be back if I remember correctly. So
Nice.
just spending some time with friends and family, that type of thing. So he is okay. He is safe and sound. We have him in protective custody. All right. So this is the Xavier McKinney interception at the end of the game. I think there was like 2 minutes left. Week 3 against the Titans. Nickel 4-2-5, overload right, TE, cover 3, strong buzz. All right. So the play, overload right, this is what we're talking about. You've got 3 rushers on the right side of the center and only 1 out here. We know this is what Robert Saleh liked to do in New York. We knew that Hafley was going to break this out when he got to the NFL, obviously as DC here of the Packers. So that's what your overload right means. It's going to be a TE stunt. So the tackles are going to rush, and the E, which is Preston Smith, is going to come around the edge here, okay? And then Gary's going to work outside right here. So you're trying to get this extra push here and make Levis step up right into this bait trap here from Preston Smith. That makes sense. So we're in cover 3, strong buzz. Let's identify the strong side of the formation. Where's the tight end? Looks like that's the tight end right there. So the strong safety will be here. He's going to be buzzing down. So he's pretty much sitting where he's going to play. Middle zone, deep third if Jair wants to do it. Deep third here, curl flat here, hook curl here, hook curl here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. X that one off. I'll do it with blue. X that one off. The curl, it's not going to be curl flat. It's going to be, it's going to be curl flat, not hook curl. So there it is. Again, you've got 4 zone underneath, 3 over the top, only a 4-man rush. So that's going to be the play call. Watch McKinney.
But the brilliant part about it is right now, pre-snap, it looks like cover 1.
Absolutely it does.
Yep.
And this is what's crazy. McKinney is on the right hash, right, from the offensive perspective. He's going to pick this ball off way over here on the sideline. Watch the ground he covers, and the whole way he's just reading the QB's eyes. He's supposed to end middle of the hashes, right? And at some point, he picks up on Will Levis, who's going to take a shot play. I think that might be Hopkins. He's trying to just, you know what, hell with it. Let's throw a deep bomb to D-Hop, see if he can pull it down. Problem is you have McKinney back there. Watch McKinney read this play right here, Tim. This is absolutely awesome. Again, you get your strong buzz. He's sitting under that zone. Look at McKinney right here. Levis is loading up to throw this ball right now.
He's already breaking on the ball, too. I love it.
And one thing I noticed about McKinney is he doesn't go to where he doesn't look at the receiver and go, okay, let me play the receiver, then look for the ball, which has drove me crazy. Our DBs here in the recent past have done that a whole lot. He goes to where the ball's going to be, and he uses his body to shield the receiver. You know what I'm saying? Like he plays the ball, not the receiver. And you'll notice it right here. Again, watch him. As he gets in position, he's going where the ball is. Look, I've got as much right to that space as the receiver does.
That's right.
Beautiful play there.
Yep. And he's able to do that by like you said, he's watching the quarterback and he's trusting his instincts, and quarterback's going to tell you whether he wants to or not what he's doing with the ball. Right about there, he's, X is already in his break. That's why he's there so quickly. And Ja had good coverage, but if X doesn't come across there, that might be a completion, honestly.
Yep. And I like what Ja did too. He
got the hell out of the way.
Yeah. He sees X coming, and he also thinks, let me just stay over the top here.
Yep.
Right. That way, if he does come down with it somehow, he's not going to break out and score. But kind of feels that way anyways. But Xavier McKinney's range is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. So now we're getting a little bit later in the season. This is week 4 against Minnesota, third quarter, 7:57 left. This is a Quay Walker sack. Now we're getting into the fire zone blitz calls, and these are a lot of fun. The play calls are going to get long on these, but I want to point out everything that's going on here. Okay. So what we have is nickel 4-2-5, double barrel mug, Will T right, 97 touch, 91 drop, invert Tampa 2 Mike, and it's going to be a fire zone blitz. Okay, so you see everybody mugging the line of scrimmage here, right? Everybody's on the line of scrimmage. So Will T. Wright is real simple. The will backer, you got to identify the will. Okay, so there's your tight end. I'm thinking it's McDuffie here. Let's see, Will T. Wright. I could be wrong here. Actually, it should have been Mike T. Wright, I believe. But anyway, what's going to happen is the backer is going to go first, right? And then the tackle is going to come after him, whichever side it's off of. Okay, so that's what that means. 97 touch, which looks like that might be Kenny right there. If it is, he's going to do what we talked about, touch, spy. He's just going to engage with the double team or engage with the lineman and then sit back and try to take away that throwing lane or the scrambling ability. 91 drops real simple. Preston Smith's going to drop into coverage. All right. And then we got Tampa 2 invert with the Mike. So with the Mike in this case, if I got it right, it should be Quay covering down the seam. But seeing this is the Quay Walker sack, I'm pretty sure it's actually McDuffie that goes down the seam. Okay. That's who's going to be covering the seam, deep half. And I'm thinking that McKinney actually bails out and covers deep half, and Keyshawn kind of sits underneath. These guys are underneath. So it's a Tampa 2 call, and then you got these blitzing backers with a little stunt in the middle between the backer and the tackle. Let's see if we get this right here. I think it's Quay. Is Quay blitzing or belling here? Yeah, Quay's blitzing.
Yep.
So it's actually a Tampa 2. Oh, no, it wasn't. We got it right. It was after the motion. That's what it was. So notice now McDuffie is technically the Mike, and Quay is the will. So we did get it right. I apologize. I should have just let the motion play out. But that's a fire zone blitz. You're blitzing a guy that you normally drop, and you're dropping a guy that you normally blitz, which is Preston Smith. All right. And again, McDuffie does a great job looking to cover the seam. You see Javon getting to his place. Look at X, how confident he is. Back to the quarterback, Tim. He knows, I got to get to my spot and turn around. And you're going to see later in this highlight reel, he actually picks off Trevor Lawrence doing the same exact play call because he's so confident in his ability. I'm going to get back to my spot, turn around if the ball's there. He's so good at locating the ball that he'll make the play. But keying on Quay now, and then we'll go to the end zone cam. You see that, what we were talking about with the Will T fire here? Quay's going to go across the formation and allow the defensive tackle to loop around. It just so happens Quay beats his guy along the way. This is something that Quay's good at too, is rushing the quarterback, man.
Yeah, I wish we'd see a little bit more. But I understand why we don't. There's a lot of pass rushers on this team, and Quay's strength is, really what McDuffie did on this play, which is running up the seam in that Tampa 2. So it's nice to see Hafley kind of mixing it up and sending Quay on one of these here.
Yep. And if you do just predominantly send Quay on a Mike fire or a Will fire, you become predictable, right, Tim?
Yep. Yeah. So, look at Dallas with Micah Parsons.
Bingo.
It's true.
All right, here we go. Let's watch it from this angle. You're going to see him clear out. Watch Quay. Great burst. Wyatt working inside. Poor Sam Darnold ain't got a damn chance, bro.
Man, Quay did extra work on that. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He actually little jam on the inside there before he goes. Yeah, like that guy looks like, I don't know what. Did he Quay step on his toe or what? I don't know.
I don't either. Let's see how he ends up on the ground. Let's just key in on him.
Boom, right to that right shoulder.
Oh, Quay gave him that hip check. What's his hip check from Quay? Get on the ground, little boy. Love it. Oh, man, love it. Now, key in on this 97 touch again. Everybody's roasting Kenny. Oh, he can't get to the quarterback. Engages with a double team, and you're going to see him fade back and protect that rushing lane. Watch him. Engages. He's not going after the quarterback, guys. He's not. And again, people go, well, why do you got your most expensive defensive lineman doing that? Because he's
the attention he's getting.
He's the one they're always looking to double team.
That's right.
By design. So it's the same thing with Rashawn Gary. Why is it Rashawn Gary getting more production? Because they're chipping it. When they chip him, here's the number one way you should play that when they chip you. Okay, you want to chip us? Cool. I'm going to run a TE stunt and actually have him go across the formation where the chip doesn't even affect him, but you're occupying those two blockers to free up more single blocks across the rest of the defensive line. That makes sense. So, again, I just want to point out what's going on with Kenny there. He's not rushing the quarterback. Guarantee you, PFF gave him a -2. Just about guarantee it. And, again, Rashawn Gary, if Quay doesn't get there either, you see Gary's getting this sack too.
Despite being double teamed. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
But tell me more about Rashawn not getting enough pressures.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. This is what I like. Look at old Cuzzy's feet up in the air up here.
We call that ass over tea kettle.
So again, just another play call designed up by Hafley. Excellent play call with the fire zone blitz. Let's move along now. Same week 4, Minnesota, fourth quarter, 10:50 left. Keyshawn Nixon strip sack here. This is a fun one to break down as well. You could tell. I know we lost to Minnesota. The defense definitely did their job in the second half to give us a chance to win that ball game. We came up a little short. I'm excited about playing them again later in the year. But Hafley really started breaking some cool stuff out in the second half. We got a nickel 4-2-5 double barrel mug. Again, that means both backers are mugging the A gaps up here, okay? That's what double barrel mug means. We're going TE right, which is going to be tackle first and then the end, okay? So it's going to be a TE right, 55 drop. So Kingsley Enagbare is actually going to drop into coverage this time as opposed to Preston Smith, who typically does. He's not on the field right now. We're going to go nickel fire. Here's your nickel. He's going to creep up, and he's going to fire off the edge, all right? We're in cover 3, free sky. Now, here's what's cool. Even though you're blitzing the nickel, you've still got 4 underneath zones because it's a fire zone blitz where 55 is dropping out into one of those hook curls, okay? So when we go cover 3, free sky, there is your tight end on this side right here. So that's going to make the opposite safety is going to be the guy who's going to be playing sky. So with sky, once again, when we go back to our diagram here, in sky, the safety is going to be playing the curl flat as opposed to the hook curl that we've seen from Buzz on most of these highlights. All right. So on that opposite side, it's probably going to be this defensive back right here, I would imagine, is going to play the flat while Enagbare plays the hook curl. The backers are going to bail out hook curl. What you're going to have here is corner playing deep, deep, deep third. That's how that play is going to be designed. All right. And again, I think what you're going to do here is this backer is going to drop out and kind of fade right here. So you still got 4 underneath zones, 3 over the top. You're only rushing 4, and one of those is your nickel corner in Keyshawn Nixon. You love to see a little free sky look in Keyshawn. Look at Keyshawn selling it right here, Tim. You're looking
I like seeing Javon Bullard there. Is that X or is that Javon Bullard?
I'm pretty sure that's Javon. That's Javon there, ain't it?
Okay, so Bullard communicating pre-snap there to the line. I like that. You're seeing rookie step up and grasping this defense right away here. I love it.
Yeah, this is X right here fading out. So he's actually going to take deep third. That's what it was. Yep. And then he's going to go, I think he's with Sky. Yeah, he's going to go to the flat. Look at this. If this happens, just key in on that safety. Yep, he's got the flat. That's wild. Think about this, Tim. You're mugging X at the line of scrimmage showing blitz, and his assignment is actually deep third. You're showing Javon Bullard as deep third, and he's actually going to the flat.
And again, it looks like cover 1 man pre-snap to the quarterback.
Yep, drop, drop, drop. And then, of course, just middle zone, I believe, right here as well. So you got 4 underneath. It's almost like an invert with this sky look because Xavier McKinney's so confident in his ability to get back to where he needs to go. All right, we've talked enough about the coverage. Let's key in on Keyshawn Nixon now. Look, he looks like a vacuum salesman right here. Look at him selling that thing. Off the blind side, never seen it coming. Beautiful strip sack.
There wasn't a single Minnesota player that knew Keyshawn was coming in that play. Not a one.
And it's all about how he sold it pre-snap. I don't know if you can see it here you can't see it in the end zone cam. Let's go back because I want to show it one more time. You see him kind of line up on his assignment here, or fake assignment, I should say. He sugars the hell out of it. Watch him step up right here. He kind of starts off. That's what's cool. He's starting kind of far off, and he's coming up. All right, I'm going to play the closest guy here, which they typically do in a stack look. See him? He's selling it. We're off to the races.
Right on the snap. As soon as the receiver starts his route, Keyshawn's right past him.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked like man-to-man coverage pre-snap. That was beautiful.
Definitely. And Edgerrin Cooper, man, what a great job recovering that ball, man.
Yeah,
he shows on
Edgerrin Cooper is the Xavier McKinney of the linebacker room. He's always where the ball is, always.
And I can't get over X here, man. He's playing like a 7 tech, and he's going to get back and cover deep third. That's just wild. Watch him as soon as the ball snaps. Fire zone blitz, baby. Let's go. Bang.
Beautiful.
And then look at Edgerrin close.
Right. That's what's most impressive about Coop, because Coop is backpedaling when that ball pops out, and he's still the first to the ball. Makes the recovery. I love it.
Yep. All right, next play. Same week 4, third quarter, 10:24 left. It's the Xavier McKinney interception. This one's a blast because I think it might be cover 3 match. We've kind of thrown this around when we did Chalk Talk earlier in the year, but we got a nickel 4-2-5. I think it's cover 3 match, strong buzz. All right, so again with buzz, let's identify the strong side of the formation. There's your tight end. So McKinney is going to buzz. He's going to come down and sit in the curl zone. Let's do it this way, right? The hook curl, he's going to cover there, which means deep third, right? What's probably mid third here with the safety, deep third out here. And I think there is some match principle going on. He's probably playing the flat. He's playing hook curl, and he's playing the flat for sure right here. I'm almost positive. So it could be that, or it could be the safety dropping out as well. But nonetheless, watch McKinney, because what he's going to do is he's going to sit in his hook curl, and then he's going to notice, he's going to have eyes on Aaron Jones coming out of the backfield and then running a corner route, if I remember correctly. And watch McKinney read him like a damn book and break on this ball. This is just an unbelievable interception. And listen, I know the call was iffy. Did he get both feet in? It's still a phenomenal play, whether you think it was an actual interception or not. And it counted as an interception. So you see him buzz there. And this is why I think it's match. Because essentially what happens here is, right, that corner's going with him. McDuffie is going with this guy. And then this is technically the 3. That would be the 1, the 2, and Aaron Jones is the 3. So with cover 3 match, with the buzz safety, that becomes deep responsibility. And that's kind of what it looks like after I've watched this. See it?
Yep.
Watch him jump this, man.
Great job by Quay not breaking off the assignment, too.
Yes.
Because if he breaks off and tries to come after Jones there out of the backfield, then we got a wide open butt naked through the trailer park there in the middle.
Right here, right? If he goes, oh, crap.
If he gets over there, we got problems. So great job by Quay staying home there.
It's honestly probably what it's designed to do, Tim. Work the out, take that traffic over there, spread that out, take the safety with you, and possibly the backer. And look who they're trying to free up underneath. It's Justin Jefferson.
That's right.
But again, McKinney, just an excellent job.
Oh,
Dude is so good. I didn't expect him to be this good. You guys know we were pounding the table, sign McKinney. They signed him. I wasn't expecting this, Tim. I really wasn't.
I expected we were going to get a boost back there. That I did, but he's exceeded every expectation any of us could have had. And, arguably hasn't played his best ball yet. We got a lot of ball game left. So looking forward to the rest of the year with X back there.
Yeah. Same, man. Again, just a great interception, man. It's a lot of fun to watch. All right, next play. Let's see what we got here. Let's check the notes. Let's go to week 5, LA Rams, third quarter, 8:15 left. Guess what, Tim? Another Xavier McKinney interception.
Look at that.
How about that?
And another deceptively brilliant play design, because I see we're cover 1 robber, but looks like cover 2 right now.
Yep, absolutely. So what you got is Dom 4-1-6. That's real simple. 1, 2, 3, 4 linemen with an overload right. Okay. You've only got one linebacker, which I think it's Quay, and then everyone else is a DB. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DBs. Actually, 6. I'm sorry, Dom, you've got 6. Nickel 5, Dom 6. All right. So what you're going to play here is cover 1 robber, and it's going to be strong robber. So again, there's your tight end. He's going to be playing robber underneath. The other safety is going to be playing deep center field. And then everyone else across the board should be man coverage here. Man coverage. You got man coverage here, man coverage here. This is what we call cover 1 robber. If it was cover 1 hole, then you'd have the backer dropping underneath and covering the mid zone, and that safety would be in man coverage. Okay, but that's not the case here. And again, you're showing overload right by mugging that linebacker on the line of scrimmage. You're also occupying an extra blocker there as well. Let's roll the tape. Now you see him slide out to man coverage, right? Okay, now they reset the protection. That's Quay on the running back. They're going to kind of play catch man out there. And obviously right off the bat, Quay going to get hands on him. Notice the robber, Tim. You see it now, how the safety rotates down. So essentially what you've got is you're going to be playing outside trail technique, meaning you got help in the middle at both levels. So do not let them inside or outside underneath. You do not let them get outside underneath. The beautiful thing about this play is Keyshawn Nixon playing perfect technique in this man coverage. See how he stays outside?
Yep.
And then Xavier just making a play on the ball.
This is what I talk about with Keyshawn, where we're seeing improvement on defense. Last year, he turns his hips and he's roasted. This year, he's playing proper technique, and it leads to a pick.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, let's see what else let's watch it from the end zone cam here with the pass rush and everything. You see the overload route we're talking about?
Yep.
And then you got Gary by himself out to the left, ball snapped. You seen a little chip there. This is what we're talking about that they do with Gary. Watch 87 is just going to try to get right in his way there a little bit.
Yeah, good luck. You see Rashawn just juked him.
Yep. And again, the pressure here from Carl Brooks. Pressure pick, coverage sack, right?
That's
Watch
right.
Carl Brooks work in the middle. There might be a little stunt here in the middle I might have missed. There is.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Who is that that's going to blow this up? 96. Look at Kobe Wooden. This is kind of his specialty, too. When he's in the game, look for a TT. Watch him.
Yep.
He's just going to blast the center. And now Carl Brooks is coming free.
Beautiful.
Interception. Pressure pick, coverage sack. All right. Trucking
Absolutely.
along here. Again, McKinney, look at him too, picking up some invisible yardage here on the return. Love to see that. All right, next play. Let's go to week 7. And it's going to be against Houston, first quarter, 5:57 left. Xavier McKinney with the sack on this play, Tim. Look at how much is worded into this play call. Let me get to read. Nickel 4-2-5, double barrel mug, TE right, 91 drop, strong fire, Tampa 2 will, fire zone blitz is essentially what it is.
Ready to play.
Exactly. So let's see if we can decipher some of that. TE right, real simple. Tackle over here, engage, and I think Gary is going to loop around. All right, that's what's going to happen. First of all, the double barrel mug is, I'll do it in blue here. Both these middle linebackers are mugging the A gap. All right, so you got that. Now, 91 drop, Preston Smith is going to drop into coverage. That's the fire zone blitz aspect, okay? So he's dropping into coverage. We're going to go strong fire. Who's the strong safety? There's your tight end. McKinney is your strong safety. Strong fire means strong safety is going to blitz from that side of the field. Tampa 2 will. If I clean all this up real quick, let's identify the will backer. Again, strong side of the formation. That would make, I believe it's Quay is the will. He's going to be playing Tampa 2, right? 2, and I want to say it's actually the corner that's playing deep half. So it turns into like a cover 3, even though it's a cover 2 zone. It could be number 20 that drops out here in Bullard. If so, then you call it an invert if the corner drops. If not, it's normal Tampa 2 on that call there. So again, Tampa 2 will fire. Watch McKinney here. Boy, he's just waiting for that ball to be snapped. Yeah, so it was invert Tampa 2. I missed that part. So deep half, will bells down the seam to look for the 2 go invert on either side of the field. And then it's just going to be kind of a little short zone here. Safety's blitzing. And you're going to have the other backer, I'm pretty sure, is going to drop underneath. He's probably going to be playing underneath to out here as well. And you've got our boy Preston Smith dropping into coverage as well. 4 zones underneath, 3 up top if the number 2 receiver on either side goes vert. All right. Watch McKinney at the bottom here. Again, no clue that safety blitz was coming. Tim, it's so similar to the Keyshawn Nixon blitz. It's not even funny.
Yep.
And you're getting the same exact result out of different looks, right? You can do it out of a cover 3. You can do a cover 3 safety blitz or a cover 3 nickel blitz, or you can go cover 2 safety blitz. You can get to the same end result multiple ways. There you see Gary
with Keyshawn. You can do it with X. You can do it with Javon Bullard. You can send Evan Williams. I mean, possibilities are endless.
Now, let's say that Stroud picks up the safety blitz. He sees it right off the bat. He's going to be looking to step up and out of this pocket, right? Because you're thinking they're probably bringing more than just 4. They're actually bringing 4 because it's a fire zone blitz. Here's the problem. Kenny's going to engage. Gary's going to loop around. If he decides to step up in that pocket, 52 is waiting to peel his cap.
Yep.
Watch how this plays out here. This is really cool. Look at Gary. He ain't going to be able to step up in that pocket. Notice how Gary's not pinning his ears back?
Yep.
See him? That's what I'm talking about.
That's what really froze Stroud, because it took that option away, and then he had to go to another read, and as he's looking to his other read, he's getting sacked. Thing of beauty.
And remember, we said earlier in the show, we mentioned how do you combat a team chipping Gary all the time? This tight end is planning on chipping right here. All right. So he's looking at chipping Gary and working him into the tackle. And they're probably fanning the protection. They're probably going to have to go hot pretty quick here if the running back don't stay in. But imagine this tight end's looking to chip Gary. Watch what happens. As soon as they run this TE, look, tight end blocks no one.
Yep.
That's how you combat it. You still get those guys. And look at our boy, how comfortable Quay. I tell you, that's what Quay does so well, is covering those vertical routes.
Yep. Probably one of the best cover linebackers in the NFL. I mean, we dog Quay a lot, but he's definitely in the top 10.
Deep cover, completely agree. The underneath stuff, I'm like, he's just too hesitant. But when he has to flip his hips and take that seam, oh my gosh, man. So it kind of plays into what Hafley's doing here. He's really utilizing what he's got in these players. If Quay is good at covering vertically, right? Not good at covering hook curls and things. If he's good at covering vertically and he's good at blitzing the quarterback, then mug him on the line of scrimmage, let him either play Tampa 2 or get his ass in the backfield after the quarterback, right? That's probably the best way to approach it. So, all right, next play, Jacksonville, fourth quarter. This is week 8. This was a fun one. This is the Edgerrin Cooper strip sack. The play call is nickel 4-2-5, Mike Sugar, 97 touch. You're seeing that again. 91 drop, Will Fire cover 6. Again, nickel 4-2-5, Mike Sugar, 97 touch, 91 drop, Will Fire cover 6. So what all that means is let's identify the Mike first. Let's bring him up to the line of scrimmage here. So we are going to sugar the Mike, and the strong side of the formation is here. That's your Mike. Notice he's sugaring, but he's actually not rushing the quarterback here, okay? And it's a cover 6 look, so I imagine he's going to drop out into this zone look here. Now you're going to will fire. The will backer is our boy Edgerrin Cooper, so he's going to fire on the blitz. 97 touch. I believe that's Kenny right there. He's going to touch. Actually, it might be Kenny down here. I'll have to roll the tape here in a second. Whichever one it is, he's going to occupy the blocker and fade back and look for Trevor Lawrence to try to scramble. 91 drop is our boy Preston Smith once again dropping into coverage. And then cover 6 is half of the field is going to be cover 4. The other half is going to be cover 2. So there you see the fire. Watch Kenny. Yeah, look at Kenny right here just working. See him?
Yep.
So there you go. Obviously, they hit home. And Edgerrin Cooper, you can't see it from that angle, but you're about to see it. First of all, let's just admire the fact that Devontae White annihilates this offensive lineman right here. Get off me. I'm going to need that ball, sir.
That's that old nightclub bouncer move right there. Get out of here. You're not coming in like that right there.
Oh, man. All right, let's see. So here's a great look right here. Again, watch Kenny's going to engage, occupy the double team, and then look at Coop. He's just going to work right off the other side. Great job there. Great strength. Watch him poke this ball out, man. This blows my mind because you can't see it on the other angle. Watch this. Bang. Tim, that wasn't an accident.
Nope.
Look at that punch right there.
And hands on, and I'm punching with the other one. And again, that's Fabio, man. That Trevor Lawrence is not a little itty bitty quarterback. That's a big dude. That's a grown man.
6'4", 6'5", right?
Yep. I mean, he looks like a tight end, but he's playing quarterback, so it's not easy to get a strip sack on a guy like that. So great technique by Edgerrin Cooper. And when he broke through that hole too, you could tell Lawrence didn't even see him until it was too late.
Right. He closes so fast, man.
Yeah.
Again,
it's like here he's looking downfield. He's looking downfield, looking down. Oh God,
it's over.
Yeah,
it's over. And again, look at our boy Wyatt right here. I could watch this all day. 65.
He not only rambled, but he rumbled and stumbled.
65 is like, I'm on this ball. No, you aren't. Look at this.
He was until, like I said, Devontae hit him with that bouncer move right there, man.
Absolutely ragdolled him, dude. God, it's awesome. Such a cool play all the way around, man. Everybody just playing together. All right. Up next, we have got same game, week 8, second quarter, 13:03 left in the second. This is Xavier McKinney interception. It's unbelievable.
We're going to go. He's got a few of those this year.
I'm telling you, dude. Nickel 4-2-5, TE left, 90 touch. So it's going to be an LVN touch here, a little touch spy. Tampa 2 Mike. So let's talk about the TE left. Tackle first, edge second, right, on the left side from the defense's perspective. 90 touch. He's going to engage, and you're going to see LVN kind of lag back and look for the quarterback to try to scramble here. Tampa 2 Mike. Let's identify the Mike. So the tight end, which side is the tight end on? He's going to be right here, right? So that's going to be your Mike. Is going to be, I believe it's Eric Wilson. So he's going to cover the seam and look for work. I don't think either of these guys get vert, so he kind of peels off and almost shades the out route over here. But again, he's playing Tampa 2. Tampa 2. I'm pretty sure this is not an invert. I could be wrong. No, this ain't, because McKinney comes down here and works down a little bit, and then he's just going to flip his hips and go back to his deep half zone there. You're going to be underneath here, underneath here, underneath here, and underneath here, if I remember correctly. So, again, you got the TE left. I think the other side is just going to be the touch spine. Let the defensive tackle try to work off of that. Watch McKinney down at the bottom. See how he's still sugaring a little bit? He's going to creep in here a little bit further. Now watch him. As soon as the ball snap, we're gone. He's so comfortable with his head on a swivel, man.
I was going to say, yeah.
Look at Eric Wilson playing Tampa 2 here. Right? Great job walling it off, tight window. Watch McKinney. Just let me take that ball, sir.
Yeah, he doesn't let himself get too deep as he's fading back there. Yep. You know, there's a tendency to, like, especially if you're sugaring at the line and you know you got to get back, sometimes you overrun that deep route and you wash yourself out. But X is just the man, you know.
Yeah. As Deadfish points out, to confirm your point, Tim, Trevor Lawrence, 6'6", 220.
6'6", 220. That's a tight end, man.
It's a big old boy.
That's a big dude, yeah.
All right, so here's a different look here from the TE left. Again, watch the tackle Wyatt work, and you're going to have Enigbari busting off the other side. You're going to have the 90 touch. He's just going to kind of lag back, and Kenny's actually, I think he's going to try to press through this double team, if I remember correctly. You see McKinney up here. Keep an eye on him. Again, watch him fade out. So he flips his hips as soon as the ball snapped, right? Here comes the TE on the left side or on the right from the offense's perspective. JJ Enigbari now working the middle. Look at Kenny getting that push, bro.
Beautiful.
Through a double team.
Beautiful.
And again, there were people online on Twitter, the football geniuses going, LVN can't even beat a tight end. Watch this, Tim. He works to the left, and look, he's got eyes on the quarterback. He's not trying to beat that tight end.
He's trying to keep Lawrence in the well because that's why this play worked, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor Lawrence had no option other than to throw this ball or take a safety because a lot of it's because of what LVN does.
Kenny's going to push the pocket. LVN has contain over here, so he's going to jab step in, work his way back out left, looking for Trevor to try to get out of the pocket.
That's
TE,
right.
Outside contain, and Enigbari is going to press in right here. Okay? And then, of course, like we said, McKinney's belling. He's going to be the one that gets the pick. But LVN could beat that tight end like a damn drum. It's a touch spy is what it is, guys. He's going to engage with the tight end and the tackle, hand on both, and now he's playing contain.
Yeah, if he breaks contain on that side, Lawrence has an option to roll left and wiggle out of there. You know, that could be 20 yards up the sideline there.
Yeah, and this doesn't happen if you do that.
That's right.
So,
but yeah, great job by X, man, in that coverage, though. Just wildly impressed with his skills, man. It's like you talk about a guy playing like virtually mistake-free football. That's Xavier McKinney all day.
Yeah. And the last play is Week 9 versus Detroit. This is the Rashawn Gary sack where he beats their left tackle like a damn drum. Guys, the Detroit Lions have some of the best offensive line coaches in the league. They've got such a strong offensive line. And seeing Gary and Mosby beat their tackles on this play. Now, keep in mind, Mosby on his side, the tackle trips over the guard. But Gary and him split this sack. Gary's getting the sack regardless. But on this play, you got a nickel 4-2-5, 95 touch. So on this play, they're going to have Devontae Wyatt engage and then fade back on a little spy. And then you're going to have cover one mock drop. So who's the mock? Find the tight end. There's your tight end. There's your mock. He's going to drop. Remember we talked about Robert, Tim? Yep. This is called cover one hole or cover one drop, okay? With mock, we'll say mock drop rather than cover one mock hole because people in the chat will make fun of us for that. Right? When you say mock hole, it sounds like something else. But anyway, everybody else's man coverage across the board, right? Bang, 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 bang. So cover one hole is the play call, and it's going to be the mock that drops into that whole play. Watch Rashawn Gary up top here is going to just absolutely dog walk this left tackle right into the quarterback. Again, the right tackle falls down. That's why Mosby gets there. Look at Gary, just right back in. He actually sacks the quarterback through the offensive lineman. He reaches around the big offensive lineman and grabs the QB. Again, this is what I want to point out. Watch Mosby's side. Watch the tackle trip over his left guard or his right guard. Let's focus there first, right there. See him get tripped up?
Yep.
You can actually see his leg clip the other one right there. So that's how Mosby beats him. I think that's Penei Sewell too, unless he might have left the game. I can't remember. But look at Gary. Look at this right here, man. Did he get chipped too?
No, I think that running back's just leaking out there. I don't think he chipped.
Yeah. Watch Gary sack him through the offensive. This is the offensive lineman's face right here, guys. Look right here.
Here's a guy.
Takes them both down too. Both of y'all come with me.
Hey, they teach you that in Pop Warner, right? If you can't get around them or through them, just take them with you. Take them right to the quarterback.
Now, once again, watch the touch spy here from Devontae Wyatt, okay? See him touch. Now look at him. He's not trying to beat that double team. See him trying to get that hand up in the throwing lane, wasn't he?
Yep.
That's exactly what he's looking to do. If Goff tries to throw that underneath, you got a hand in that throwing.
Yep. And look at Quay holding his position there on the
hole.
St. Brown. You know what I mean? So that's what you're looking for. He's in position there. So if you get a tip ball, you could get a pick. You know, guys are not washing themselves out of the plays like we saw last year.
Yeah,
we talked about that all day left and right last year with execution. You know, we can talk scheme all day. Are you doing your damn job on the field? And this year, you look at the tape, they are. Right. They are.
Definitely, man. And I love that it's such an unselfish defense that they're calling. Like, the beautiful thing about it is you're asking one of your four rushers on every play. One of those four is, hey, listen, we need you to eat a double team and just kind of play back and make sure the quarterback don't scramble and get your hand in the throwing lane. And these guys are going, you got it. And the sack numbers are down, right? But when you look at the other defensive numbers, the run stunning that's going on those running downs where those guys they're running the stunts and they're looking for the rushing lanes as opposed to let's just tear through one gap and go. You're seeing a big difference. Like the yards per carry, I think we're 9th in the league, right? In rushing defense, yards per carry this year. Big improvement from Joe Barry last year where we were just pinning our ears and going. And it still amazes me how many people, especially in the media, are going, we played 2-gap last year. We played 2-gap. Not when you're in nickel. That's a 1-gap approach. 1 back equals 1 gap, especially when you're outside of your 34 jam and you're in your nickel 2-4-5 from that 34 front. Like that's how they played last year, the majority of the snaps. The 34 front, absolutely. When you're in 34 jam, they were 2-gapping all day long. Yep. But you're not in that base defense, but only 15 to 25% of the snaps. So you're seeing these guys this year play very unselfish. Forget the sack totals, forget the stat column. Let's figure out a way to win the football game. Everybody, all the football experts on Twitter roll their eyes when they hear Hafley go, I don't care about the stats. I just care about getting the win. That's just coach speak. Well, about said it back. It's what I wanted to say, the real word, though. It's BS. He's telling you what's going on. We're designing game plans to win the freaking football game, not try to compile sacks. And I'm telling you, I watched a lot of football Sunday with the Packers not playing all Sunday long. You've seen defenses pin their ears back and go, and that quarterback was stepping up and scrambling. How many plays can you think of this year, Tim? First half of the season, we played 9 games where the quarterback, and we played some mobile quarterbacks. How many games can you think of where a quarterback stepped up and scrambled out of the pocket? I can think of Sam Darnold of all of them, that 1 3rd down.
Yeah, that's it. And we played against C.J. Stroud and Kyler Murray, and they weren't running all over
Anthony Richardson and Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, this is by design. Now, they could change it up in the second half and start pinning the ears, right? That could happen. But I'm telling you, this is by design. Would you rather win the football game or have a bunch of sacks?
Yep.
There you go, dead fish, hit the nail on the head. Last year versus the Giants.
Yep.
And what did we roasted Gary. What's he doing so far up the field? That was the play call. You're beating the outside edge, right? Yeah. And then you noticed in the second or the rest of the season, Barry tapered that off. And specifically, Matt LaFleur mentioned in a presser, we can't get caught rushing that far up the field. We need to make an adjustment. That's where he got involved with the defense. All of a sudden, the sack slowed down. Gary's no longer getting pressure. What's wrong with Gary? Why is he not finishing strong? Oh, he's washed. He's forgot how to pass rush. No, Matt LaFleur made the call. Don't let that happen again. You can't take everything away on defense, right? You've got to pick and choose. And I think Hafley is doing a hell of a job of picking his spots. Not perfect, can be way better, but man, you couple his approach with that acquisition of Xavier McKinney, and that's how you end up in the top 3 in takeaways for sure.
Amen.
All right, anything else you got, Bub, before we wrap up here?
No, I think we covered it. That was awesome. Sorry I was late, but that was.
No, it's all good, dude. Again, you guys are a volunteer army. When y'all hop on here, man, I appreciate it, and yeah, you come and go as you please. It's always better when y'all are in here. I think Emilio will be back in the next day or so. But again, I want to confirm for everyone, Emilio is safe and sound. All right, he's under protection right now. He's good to go. All right, Fred McFarley says thanks, Clayton and Tim. Thank you, Fred. Thanks to everybody who hung out in here with us. We appreciate y'all, man. Chalk Talk wouldn't be near as fun if we didn't have the interaction. And now I've got the interface comfortably set up to where I can see the chat as we go, and we can pop stuff up. So we're trying to integrate everything to where we can keep you guys and gals more involved in everything that we do. Mr. Mikey Riggs said Packers versus Bears. Check out the 9 sacks that the Bears O-line yielded to the Patriots in Week 10 on NFL Plus Pro Film Room. The Bears O-line heads were swerving worse than the girl from The Exorcist. Yeah, that's pretty bad. She that head twisted all the way around, didn't it? I remember that.
I like that comment from Mikey though. I wonder if we just rush 4 all day on Sunday, right?
And here's the thing that I noticed too, to add to what he said. Some of those sacks, the offensive line get beat like a drum, but I'm telling you, Tim, a good portion of them,
coverage.
Williams is just holding on to that football.
Yep.
I told everybody before you hopped on here a statistic I heard. I think it was AQ Shipley mentioned it on the McAfee show earlier today, or somebody else mentioned it to AQ Shipley, and AQ Shipley was like livid. They said that, I'm pretty sure they said Caleb Williams leads the league in sacks where he holds the ball for more than 4 seconds. So we can continue to just blame the offensive line, and they are bad. Don't get me wrong. Like Mr. Mikey Riggs said, they're a bad offensive line. But there's a lot of those sacks that are on Caleb holding the football too. So, again, like you said, Tim, just bring 4. Bring 4. Keep doing what you're doing. Drop 7 into coverage and make him take what you give him, and he's going to get impatient, man, because one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't work through his progressions. He goes 1.5 reads. If I feel safe, I'll get the 2, but if I feel any kind of pressure at all, I'm just going to tuck the ball and run around like an idiot. That's what he does. So, all right, I agree with 2-0 for this. Not all of them, but those sacks were on Caleb, a good portion of it. So
it's true.
There you go. All right, that's it. Appreciate y'all, Tim. Thanks for hopping in here, man. Really appreciate you. We will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. What we may do is pull up all those sacks from the Patriots game on Caleb and just kind of see what they did, Tim. We'll take a look at that. We'll have the injury report. We'll be able to give you any kind of information there that might be up to date. I don't think Marshawn Lloyd's going to play this week, but we should see that practice window. Obviously, it's wide open. Yep. I'm hoping we can see him in practice all week long and see him out there full participation type thing, right?
For sure. He should be at practice tomorrow. That'll be awesome.
Definitely. Tim going to sneak in there with a fake mustache tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to tell him I'm Jeff Hafley's brother. That's what I'm going to tell him.
All right. We appreciate everybody. Thank y'all so much. Hit that like button on your way out. That helps more than you guys and gals know. We'll see you tomorrow night. Help me out here, Tim.
For those of you listening on the pod,
thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Go Pack Go.